I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take it. I got no
but that's a new personal best.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? The party continues on the back end of this Chevelle. In the last video, we got the trunk pan more or less in. It's still right where I left it last time. Everything's locked into place, but it still needs to be welded out. But before I do that, I want to go about getting the trunk drop put in, because I'd like to do all the finish weld work and cleanup work on this whole corner all at the same time. And this is a key component. There's a bit of a challenge with this though, and some of it's of my own doing and some of it's this piece. Try and make this as clear as I can. It's a little bit hard to see, but let's see, hold on, too many things. Try and, oh, I need more hands. There we go. Okay, so the trunk drop goes in. I can wiggle it in right here. So yes, you can put a trunk drop in after you do the floor pan and have the panel in place. It goes right there. The front end's kind of hanging out up there behind the wheel well on the inside, but I can get it clamped in place. What I did, and I now realize that I did it, I guess I didn't look far enough ahead, ultimately, is this piece that's right here. I don't have a good pointer, but it goes across right here, comes up and up to the top right here, below the tail light. That's actually part of the original trunk drop. And you might even be able to see, get a little bit more light in there, you can see that there's spot welds. Now, when this section was off, if I would have realized what I was going to be getting into, I would have taken the time to get this piece fully removed, because that is ultimately part of the replacement trunk drop right here. So now what's happening is, I'm going to set you up under here so I can show you. Hold on, hold on. Oh, got to get in the right spot. And of course there's paint shaking going on in the background, so that's kind of hard to, you know, if that distracts you, we'll blame Paige. But I put this up in here, and I hold it in place right there. You get the light up here where it's helpful. There we go. Up in the front, I can't even tell if you can see it a little bit. Hold on, God. Adjust. Okay, so up here at the front, there's very little gap between the trunk drop and the bottom of the new trunk pan. Enough so that once that's in place, there's no gap. But back here, there's actually a large gap, and it continues up this sloped region that you can't see. Turn the light. Turn the light the right way. There we go. So this gap right here, again, I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying here. There's too much stuff in the way here under the car. All right. Okay, now you can see it. This gap right here, and the reason this gap is existing is because the new trunk drop is lapped over with the old trunk drop, and it's preventing it from going all the way up. The top of that line right there should be in line with this right here. So we're going to do some cutting, because that's what I'm good at. Cutting and halfway making things go back together well. I'm going to take this piece, which you can kind of see it right there. I've got a line across right there. That matches up with the shape of what's left of the original trunk drop right here. We're essentially going to cut that out of the new trunk drop so that it will hopefully go up into place. Hopefully that made some sort of sense. I don't know. When I watch that video back, I'm probably gonna be like, what in the world? The camera work is terrible. But Paige is over there painting, and I don't want to interrupt her right now because, well, she's doing the painting thing, and then she's enjoying doing that. And, well, this is where we're at. So I'm gonna get this cut, and hopefully it'll go into place properly, and then we'll be able to just buzz forward with getting that tacked up into place, at which point I will start working on the final part of this outer piece, which is to get this bottom section rolled up, because this is hanging way low and does not come into contact with the bottom of the trunk drop where it's supposed to be welded. Should have spot welds in the bottom of this to the bottom of my trunk drop. And right now there's like an inch gap there because this is not shaped right. And I did look at that, looking at the other side, which is really hard to show right now because it's over by the wall. But, and I took some measurements bottom of the floor pan, because that side actually, shocker, that side still has an original trunk drop that's mostly there. Granted, I haven't cut all the outside away to see how rotten it is, but it's there, so I have something I can look at. And this is supposed to be up flat against the bottom of the trunk drop. It's just the stamping for this patch panel clearly is not the right shape there. But yeah, so that's the plan today. Hopefully we can get this trunk drop installed, get that reshaped up where it needs to be, get everything kind of tacked in place so that this whole corner, inside and out, is happy. Once that is there, we can weld it out and we'll be ready to take care of this little back piece right here, which still kind of brainstorming on what to do there. But we'll tackle that after this is in, because this has got to be done first. So, back in a little bit with progress.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
By thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts.
Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Well, Paige is in there making a ruckus. Far too loud to do any actual update in there. And well, as you can tell, it is a beautiful sunny day. It's borderline ditch the sweatshirt weather, which for us is a huge change from 3 days ago when it was 2 degrees. Yeah, 3 days ago it was 2 degrees. We got a snowstorm through, like, what was it, today's Sunday, so 5 days ago, a snowstorm, ice came through, had a 4-foot icicle hanging off the house, freaking Widowmaker. I'll show you that to you right here. Yeah, it was frigid cold a few days ago, and now we're at like 65, and like I said, if I was staying in the sun, the sweatshirt would go. It's still a little chilly in there on the concrete. Anyway, that nonsense aside, where are we at? Paige is working on stripping the roof. Wait. All right, I'm back. Paige is in there working on knocking the roof down. There was a lot of surface rust on there, and some pitting and stuff. We'll probably end up having to skim coat the entire roof of the car with filler to get it smooth. The roof it's seen better days, but whatever the case, we'll make the best of what we got. The trunk drop, I've got it cut and fitted and clamped into place, and now that the really loud toll, oh, there, it just turned back on. We'll go in there in a second, I'll show you what I got. But I think it's gonna work out for me. I still gotta do some cleanup, drill some holes for some spot welds, but that gap that we had between the trunk drop and the bottom of the trunk pan has been fixed. It fits up there where it needs to fit up. I'll be able to attach it to the trunk pan and the back of the wheelhouse, as well as have it fit up nicely in the back end. So I'm gonna go in here and tell her to shut the tool off, and I'll show you. Hey! We can't hear. Take a break.
No!
I'm sorry, they didn't see that little tantrum you threw.
No!
I'm sure they heard it the first time, but they didn't see it.
Oh, I'll turn on. Well, I'll wait.
For what?
Air compressor.
Oh no, that makes a whole bunch more noise
I
too.
said I'd wait.
We're trying to film here, woman.
I said I'd wait.
All right, well come around here and film for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come film. We'll show. I'm trying to show them what's going on with the trunk drop. I told them all about what you're doing up here on the roof, getting that all stripped down and getting rid of the yuck up there. That surface conditioning tool, those things work pretty freaking good when you got to take a lot of material off and get a surface cleaned up. And that roof needed a lot of cleanup. You're making a dust cloud.
Give me a hug.
Oh.
There you go.
Ugh. Anyway, come back over this way. I got a couple of clamps on it right now on the trunk drop, and it's up where it goes, other than I have to pull the bottom over because this clamp doesn't actually hold the bottom in, but it's made it up with what it needs to line up with here. The front's got a vice grip on it holding it there. So let me pop those off and I'll show you what I had to cut out of it. Ooh, reach.
Okay.
It was coming out at me. So here's the section, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I was going to cut out because of what was existing right here. That's all been notched and reliefed. I did have to adjust this flange a little bit so that it would all line up nice. And then up at the front, I had to do some cutting and rebending because that was in the wrong spot too, and didn't want to mate up properly with the bottom of the floor pan on this face. But overall, I mean, not bad. These are definitely not ideally perfect shape. There's the rough cut piece that got cut out of there. They're not great, but they're doable. It just takes a little bit of effort with the hammer and dolly and some cutting and some bending and some forcing and in and out a half dozen times. But that's ready, other than, like I said, I got to drill some holes probably in the floor pan so I can do the spot welds that'll go on top, as well as up in the wheelhouse. And then this back section's all going to be seam welded, and then we'll go from there. And once that's all done, hang that back up in there. You can see that that gives me a shape right here to work with to make a fill piece for this part of the rear fender where our patch panel didn't come all the way back. I think that that's actually not going to be too bad. I think I'm just going to make a piece that comes off the end of this panel and lands on this face right here. It looks like it's going to be pretty straight. And comparing that to what's over there, where we haven't cut it apart and there's still a trunk drop on there. You can see the back of it right there. It looks like the body just came out and lapped over. Stay. Looks like the body just laps over the edge of the trunk drop, and that's it, and the rest of it's hidden behind the bumper. So I don't think that's actually going to be as bad of a piece to make. The one piece which is down under here, you can see I've got my finger between the trunk drop right here and the bottom of the outer body panel. The body panel actually needs to have a tighter bend put on it so that it meets the bottom of the trunk drop so that that can be welded together. I'm not exactly sure when the best time to try and do that is. Probably right now before I weld the trunk drop into place. Maybe just clamp it like I had it and start figuring out where that bend needs to start happening to bring that up. But that's where we're at. That's the status update. I don't know that there'll be much for time lapses because what I'm doing under here, that's just nowhere to put the camera where you could see anything. And well, Paige is kind of all over the place, making a whole bunch of dust everywhere, which would be difficult to keep the camera lens clean. And well, I don't know, maybe we'll have a little bit of time lapse going of her doing some surface conditioning on the car. Anyway, there'll be more. This video's not over yet. Stick around. Go hit that like if you don't mind. Help us out. Leave a comment down below. I don't care what it is. Say something down there. Let us know. Say hi. And catch up with you guys in a bit. All right. Not a whole lot to see on the video today. Most of the work that was taking place was either the really dusty work that Paige did up there, which is still really dusty. Made a whole lot of noise. We didn't do much of a time lapse or anything on that. But the trunk drop is in. It's under there. And because of where that's at, there wasn't a whole lot of video of doing that work either, because it's all down underneath in a tight spot where it's difficult to see.
But you did a good job.
Well, that's to be determined. It's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there. I'll give you a better look at it. Hold on. I gotta switch my hand around. There we go. So there's the trunk drop. It's in. That seam right there is all welded up. We're welded up top, so that kind of looks like one piece. A little bit of sanding on that, and it'll be hidden by the bumper, and it'll go away. The gap that we had before, move the light. There we go. I can't get a finger in there anymore. That gap's gone, all pinched up, nice and tight, all the way down. There's spot welds on the top, locking those two pieces together. I did screw with the outer a little bit and was able to get it to bend up a little ways. Put a clamp on there, and that should be no big deal to get that welded. It's a little bit of a pain in the neck right here by the exhaust because I can't get a clamp on it all the way, but I'll get something in there and get that straightened up and get that all clamped together and welded, and that'll be happy. So that's the progress that happened underneath. And then up top, there it is down in there. You see there's spot welds, and it's mostly lined up. These pieces didn't line up perfectly up here. We'll just cake that full of seam sealer and call it good. And then it's all welded up here. So that's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along. But to put a little bit of pressure on the project and a little bit of reality into the time frame, you can go grab the package that we got.
Since you wouldn't let me open it when it got delivered.
No, you couldn't open it when it got delivered. We got a package, and well, as you got scissors or something to get into that?
I can get into it.
All right.
Once we purchased the tickets
Rocky Mountain Race Week.
to Rocky Mountain Race,
Mega Week.
we pre-ordered,
Yep.
had to pre-order some special shirts.
Yeah, the shirts for this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what's in the bag. We're about to find out. The other reality check was the hotel list came out this week, and we booked our hotels for it, which makes it feel a whole lot closer than it is, but at the same time, it is right around the corner. Again, Mega Week is the first week of June. First week of June, and right now we're in the third week of February. So we still got some time to get this together, but the pressure, the reality that the timeline is real is going to soak in real quick, as some of this stuff like this trunk drop took me, well, it ate up pretty much an entire day getting that trunk drop fitted and put in there, and I still got to do the other side. So without further ado,
We got 2 shirts. We got 2 different shirts. This is the first one. This is the front.
oh snap!
Woo! And the back.
Look at that.
That's shirt number 1.
That's a pretty bad to the bone 55
Yeah.
on there.
And we both got one. And then the other one, this one is the one that you really liked. You ready for this?
Let's see it. Oh,
Boom.
look at that. Big old Turbski hiding behind the grill of a Chevy 2.
And those are our shirts for Rocky Mountain Race Week.
So I don't know if I don't remember if there's another shirt that we get when we go as competitors, but these are the shirts for this year in support of the event.
Yes.
So we'll be,
And then we're also going to be making our own shirts for our brand.
yeah,
That's my job.
when she gets around to doing it
Yeah.
and we figure out what's going to go on them,
Yeah.
we'll make a shirt for
We got to
for
support us.
We got to support us. That's right. We got to support us.
Yes.
But we're supporting Rocky Mountain Race
Yes.
Week, and we're super excited. That's closing in on us. We basically have 3 months, March, April, and May.
We want to be, our goal is to be done by May because there are a couple of little things that I want to do before Rocky Mountain Race Week.
Well, we'd like to get the card out and
test
do a
it.
little bit of driving and maybe hit the track once or twice before race week just to make sure
Yes.
we don't have any new issues. So anyway, that's today. There's lots more coming. Next time I'll have more action footage for the video just because, well, hopefully I'll have more action footage for the video because I won't be in tight
Hiding?
little crevice spots where I can't get the camera in and film while I'm doing the
Well,
work.
and once we
But
get this all completed, gotta swing it around and do the other side.
what? No, I'm only doing one side.
Yeah, no. You have another side to do. But it's gonna go like that. Hopefully. I know.
I don't think it's gonna go like that.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing your support. Drop on down there, leave us a comment,
Beep, 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 beep.
and we'll see you guys on the next one where we're gonna have more fun and hopefully more great weather because
Yes.
I'm tired of the cold.
I'm tired of it too. Bye.
Bye.